Hey guys, how's it going? So one of the biggest problems that you and I deal with is this inability for us personally to experience love from other people in the way in which we desire it. So the problem with you and with me is that we want to love others, but we're incapable of giving them the love that they need, and we're also incapable of dispensing the kind of love that other people crave. This affects our relationships, it affects our communities, it affects our churches. What do we do? What's the solution? I want to talk to you today about the difference between true and fake love. Let's start with the fake love first. In a fake love, you use another person to fulfill your happiness or your own personal agenda. Your love is conditional. It only continues to exist if the other person loves you, and once they stop, your love stops as well. And fake love is very non-vulnerable. Why is that? Because if the relationship doesn't work out, you can cut your losses, you can leave because you haven't sacrificed anything and you haven't spent everything. Therefore, the fake love only cares about yourself. It's extremely selfish, it's calculative, it's non-vulnerable, and it's extremely manipulative. That's the problem with fake love. Now, what does real love look like? Well, real love, true love, aims to make sure the other person experiences joy no matter the cost. In essence, in real love, the other person's joy becomes your joy. Your affection becomes unconditional. You give this love to other people, not because you want something from them, but simply because you love them and you want no return on investment from that other person. And another thing about this love is that it's vulnerable. It's the fact that you spend and you're spent on behalf of the other person, and you expect nothing in return. And the fact that that other person feels validated, they feel appreciated, that's the number one concern for you. You hold nothing back and you give it all away. That's real love. Here's the problem that you and I deal with. We all want this kind of real love. We are all incapable of giving it, and we desperately crave it. So what can we do? What's the solution? Well, we must find the source of love that will fill us up so much that we can dispense this true love to other people without expecting anything in return. In essence, we need someone who can love us, who doesn't need us. How do we find that? Where does that exist? If we truly experience this kind of love from someone else, we can truly be completely content with who we are. We can dispense love for other people. We can dispense affection and appreciation regardless of what they do or don't do to us. How can this practically help us? Well, in relationships, our well of joy wouldn't be from our spouse or our children or our family. In our career, our value of who we are wouldn't come from our matrix or our performance, or if we hit our quota or not, or how much money we made, or what our boss thinks of us, or how much we've achieved. In our status in society, it will not determine our joy, whether we're popular or we're not, whether we got invited to this amazing soiree or not. That's not the source of our joy. It would give us joy in terms of our stuff. We have stuff, but we don't let stuff have us. Also, it affects us with our money. We understand that if we have this kind of love, money's a gift, it's not a god, and we don't let money have us. And the last thing that it ultimately helps with is validation. We're not going to crave it from other people. Why? Because we're completely cured from it, because we've received it from someone else. Now, who can give us this kind of love? Only Jesus can. When we truly understand, there's this amazing story where Jesus heals a blind man in Bethsaida, and the Bible says that he was able to see everything clearly. This is ultimately the hope of Jesus for you and for me. So when we understand this kind of love that only comes from Jesus, that he loves us because he doesn't need us, we won't want to trick or manipulate other people into extending or validating us. This true kind of love, it's incredible because it's the only type of love that is generative. The more you love people in your life, the more love it creates in your communities and in your wake, and it creates influence all around you. So Jesus died for us and he redeemed us on the cross, not because he needed us, but he loved us. And when we see this kind of love, we have this security around us to love other people and to dispense this kind of love for other people, because all the love, all the appreciation, all the pleasure, all the satisfaction we could ever want and desire to fill us up, we've already found that in Jesus. So I hope today you've understood the difference between true and fake love, and that the truest form of love that can exist is the love that Jesus Christ dispensed for us on the cross.